We need to talk about Female Police Officers by Akad Davey. Yeah, let's watch it.
So the Manchester airport attacker, Mohammed Fahir Ammaz, he's been jailed for 3.5 years.
Darren Medhurst, 36 years on the left, got 3 years and 3 months for lighting a bin and pushing it towards police at the Southampton protests. Mohammed Fahir Ammaz, 21, jailed for 3 years and 6 months after assaulting 2 female police officers and a member of the public at Manchester Airport. More DAI justice.
For assaulting 2 female police officers, you remember he'd punched Lydia Ward in the nose and broke her nose, and there's the video of blood streaming out of her face. As this chap on Twitter points out, that's the same, or just about the same, as Darren Medhurst got for protesting during the Southport riots, for lighting a bin on fire and pushing it towards, the Southampton protests, pushing a lit bin towards the police. No one was injured, 3.5 years. So Lydia Ward did an interview with Channel 4, and I thought we'd watch it, or some of it, because, I mean, it is very interesting that even after getting absolutely decked by some guy who has shown no remorse, obviously, she still promotes this liberal, multicultural view of what the police should be. And the fact that she's clearly like a 5'3" woman.
And that's why I say, I keep telling this again, like, communism, like being liberal, being a communist, being a Democrat should be a crime. You know? Oh, free speech, I will not say my... Oh, God. It should be a crime, okay? It should be a crime. It's not an option. It's like a cancer. It's like a terminal cancer, you know? You cannot cure it. You know, you just can't. Maximum thing you can do is just... it's when a cancer is growing, you remove that part if possible. And, you know, in the case of if it's like a boob, or a uterus, you know, things like that, that you can remove and stay alive. You remove that, you cut that off, you know. That's it. That's how you do that. You cannot treat that, you know, because it doesn't heal and always come back, and that's it, you know. So you need to marginalize all of them. You need to penalize, like, I would give that all of them death sentence, because if you don't take care of these people for good, they become a president of a country. That's what happened with mine, by the way. I always say that.
A slim 5'3" woman. It hasn't impacted on her at all. It hasn't got through the conditioning yet. Let's watch.
And people obviously didn't know. And
suicidal empathy right here. Yeah, suicidal empathy.
The frustration is that nobody else was there apart from the people in that video, so no one else knows what happens, but yet people are commenting on it and giving their opinions.
But that online commentary continued even when the full video of what happened to PC Ward was played in court.
Well, I wonder why.
It's fucking blooding, like bleeding through the nose and mouth, and it's all in mass, and still she make this stupid defense that she's doing, like, oh man, why? I don't know. You know, I think even if the guy I think even if she was raped, she would still make defense of these people. I don't doubt that. I really don't doubt that.
The online commentary continued. 5'3" slim woman just got her face punched in by a Muslim man. And remember, it took months for this to come to trial. They delayed this as much as they could. And they tried to avoid giving them the trial as much as they could. And everyone's like, right, okay, there are a few problems here. One, that man. But two, are you, a frontline police officer, able to deal with these problems? And the answer was no, which is why after you'd got sparked...
Because no woman can be police officers.
The male police officer who was with you had to grab him, throw him to the ground, didn't he taser him actually, and then kicked him in the head. And it was the kick in the head that originally went viral, but that was completely justified. But he had to, he was attacked from the
And I'm not even talking about physical capabilities because there is that too. But I still like, I would still be against it, even if like a woman were to have the same physical tests, the exact same physical tests, examinations of as men have with the same intensity and everything. And if this woman were able to pass in this test that a man does, which means like even if they have the physical capabilities of working with that, and I think that if you were to do that, very few women, very few women would be qualified to do so, to pass in a physical test. Then it wouldn't even it still wouldn't be possible because of this empathy, because of this affection, this 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 thing of thinking victimization, victimizing the aggressors and criminalizing the victims, that women have, Yeah, that's it.
back as well, if you watch the footage. So it's just like, right, okay, that could have gone way worse.
It's not only a physical problem that the female officers have, It's not just a physical difference that she cannot properly do law enforcement. After all, like a man has total advantage against them. But it's about the morality. It's about, it's about the suicidal empathy. The stupid, huge amount of suicidal empathy that these women have, these officers have,
Worse. And it could have gone way worse because you weren't physically capable of standing up and doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing. Like, this is just a hard fact of life. And, I mean, I'm not saying I would do any better, but then don't hire me to be a police officer.
It just felt like people were, she's useless, she should have done more. Nothing prepares you for being punched in the face. Also with him.
It should be. You should be. It's your profession. You chose that. You know what you were going to, Like, you think what? That man, that criminals will not punch you because you're a woman? That you're not going to be shot because you're a woman? Being punched is the least that can happen if you're in a profession like that.
Holding a mobile phone, so being punched in the face with an object, the shock and the fear that you have after that happening to you. And I felt...
Okay, right. So, some harsh truths here. There is something that prepares you for being punched in the face, and that's being punched in the face. And as a man, you'll have been in fights growing up. Now, that's not to say that every man is some sort of ninja or something. It's not to say that I would do any better or I being punched in the face. But when you get slugged in the face, it is a surprise and it is disorienting. But if it's not the first time it's happened to you, you understand that things aren't over, right? Whereas I get the feeling this was the first time it had happened to her. And again, I'm sorry, but men and women have different results of their upbringing. Men are a lot more tactile when it comes to this sort of thing. Women just aren't. This is one of those things. And it's okay, well, a 5'3" woman got punched in the face. What do you want? Well, I don't really want 5'3" women on the front lines getting punched in the face. Right? That's what I want.
I felt very upset at the time because I felt like that the videos of me had made those comments come to the forefront of should women be police officers, which was upsetting to me.
What I see is that all these officers, these female officers, they clearly don't go through the same training, the same preparation as the men goes. But even is like I said, even if they went to, because I mean, okay, even if you don't have the physical strength, you have tools that you can use, and you could be accompanied by a male peer, instead, like I really think you shouldn't be like with a partner that is also female, if you are female working with that, or male or male female, and that's it. You cannot be female, in my opinion. But of course, like this brings a set of problems, another set of problems too. But the thing is that because I mean, you have tools to make your work and don't actually need only the physical strength. And you know you can threaten them with tools like tasers and things like that. But you still need to approach that person to to put the handcuffs and etc. And that's why I think you need a male partner for that. And it's not even about the training, the physical capabilities. It's not about that. It's what I said. I think the main problem of all of this is psychological. It's psychological. Is the feelings. The problem or the feelings involved. The victimization, the suicidal empathy, all of this stuff.
I'm sorry that you're
The
upset,
ideologies.
but the guy could have been armed. The guy could have got the better of your lone male colleague, and then what? Like at the end.
It's like the inability that we have to stay calm in a tense situation. In a like for example that other cop that shot the rabbi. You guys remember that, right? That she got nervous and ended up shotting the rabbi.
End of the day, I'm sorry you're upset by this, but everyone saw you just get you were hanging onto the guy's arm because you couldn't control him, and then he slugged you in the face, slugged your other female officer to the floor, and then started attacking the male police officer who was holding someone else in front of him. So
yes,
the fact that you couldn't do the job
people.
because you were a 5'3" woman validates those comments about women being police officers, doesn't it?
And it is important that people know that policing isn't about being.
It's very simple to tell that because men are more logical and women are more emotional. So your logical side has to rule over your emotional side for you to take control. Since women are more emotional, obviously we don't take control too well of our emotions because we are less logical.
Being a ninja warrior and being able to, take people down, it's about showing empathy towards people in some of the worst days of their life.
Right. Okay, so now we're having empathy for the guy who broke your nose and who had to, who was fighting literally everyone around him. We've got to have empathy for him. Because actually, I hate to say it, being a police officer actually is about being a ninja warrior. Obviously, exaggerating there, but it is fundamentally about the state's use of force on criminals. And if you cannot physically subdue criminals, which you've shown that you can't, actually, I don't think you're very well suited for the job. There's a reason that police officers used to be tall. When I was a kid, police officers were chosen specifically for their height. They were to be big, intimidating men. And I mean, a lot of them still are, actually, for a reason, right? They're there to keep the peace.
It also reminds me that other woman that was stoned in the face and keep defending the perpetrators, She was in the middle of Muslims, I think. I don't remember actually what she was. I think she was a joiner or something. I don't remember what she was doing there. She was recording something. And she was stoned in the face. And, and yeah. And she kept defending the perpetrators and, boo-hoo, they are innocent. Boo-hoo, they are the victims. This is all my faults because I'm white, so that's why I'm stoned.
They're there to protect the public from dangerous people. And if they can't even protect themselves from dangerous people, well, what good are you? It's like, well, policing is about empathy. Well, then modern policing is the problem, isn't it? Because actually, policing should be about physically restraining criminals. So being a ninja warrior is a lot closer to what a policeman is actually meant to do than showing empathy to the criminals. I'm not down for empathy to the criminals. And you know what, right? I've got another great video here. This one.
And here we are just talking about feelings, about ideology, about, eating slogans that women does. And and suicidal empathy and everything, and we didn't even touch the one of the most like horrible matters that women actually did in modern society nowadays. That is actually abortion. It was the hugest genocide in human history committed by women in silence. No one talks about it. No one discusses it. And no one, it's so fucking like insane thing, like it's really incredible.
Came across my timeline today of some white lad who's attacked by 3 black guys, and of course the police show empathy to the criminals. Watch this. As you can see, they're starting on him, but he's
Yes, Poignard. The amount of people that was killed through abortions it was the hugest genocide in history, human history, bigger than the Genghis Khan, bigger than all the people that Genghis Khan dynasty killed, and every other genocide in history, like the abortions that women committed nowadays killed more people than the entire human history.
he's holding his ground. Good for him.
You don't need to trust me. You can search for yourself. You're gonna see that. Ask to any of these AIs out there. Like, yeah, probably. I mean, I don't even doubt that ChatGPT or Gemini will lie to you, because I mean, they're just too much like retarded nowadays. They were like wokified. But you can. I'm pretty sure that Grok will ask you that correctly.
There are people. Look, there we go. It starts. They start hitting him.
I also don't trust Grok too, but I still have that feeling that Grok will ask you that correctly.
So he starts
I'm not sure about the
attacking
others
whatever's
anymore.
around. But look at the female police officer. She gets on him, and there's 2 female police officers. He starts cooperating because he's English and recognizes the police as a legitimate authority. And the black kids just wander off. Why are they protecting the black kids? Why are they arresting the white kid? There's a longer video of this as well, where they walk him off in handcuffs. And it's just infuriating. These 2 women police officers, no, we have to show empathy. What? To the foreigners? Yeah, that's the empathy that they think they have to show. This is the 2-tier policing in action, and it got her nose broken. And even after that, she's like, no, we need to show empathy to that guy on the worst day of his life. You don't know that was the worst day of his life. You do know that he was punching 2 women in the face.
There's a place for women in policing in all manner of different roles, and there is some women that, are even better in them sort of situations than some men.
No, I don't really believe it, to be honest. I just don't think there are. And I think given any particular situation, you would prefer to have a man in that situation than a woman, because it is just the fact of the matter that men are.
This is also, wow, I'm reminding so much chaos that women have been doing lately. I don't know why I remember so well right now, but I remember also where in UK, like women were doing undercover, like as jugglers, like fake juggling, on the streets to arrest any man that looked at them for male gaze or some bullshit like that, and they were actually arresting them to looking at them juggling, on the street. That's really insane.
Stronger than women and generally bigger.
They were all police officers undercover, like fake juggling, on the streets, like juggling together, and arresting men that supposedly looked at her with vile eyes, vile intentions, with sexual intentions, yeah.
And even those ones that aren't they still have muscular advantages. They still have other advantages. There's a whole series of ways men are physically stronger than women. And even some of the strongest women in the world aren't.
I even remember that they arrested the 18-year-old man. 18-year-old have the life destroyed. 18-year-old man have the life destroyed because he was looking chicks juggling.
Stronger than like average men. And so it's just like, this liberal, multiculti, wishy-washy, John Lennon's imagined philosophy of, anyone could do anything if they want. Policing's about empathy. No. It's not. But
Male
notice how she
gaze,
hasn't changed
the
her
evil
mind.
of
She
society.
got slugged in the face by the diversity. Nose broken, bleeding on camera, going, ah, on camera. And she's like, no, policing's about empathy. Policing's about making sure women are on the front line. It's like, no, I don't think they are. I'm not saying there is no role for women in the police. I mean, obviously, you're going to want like victim support officers and women police officers who deal with like incidents in women's spaces or things that are specifically about women. There are going to be tons of things, like, you know, some event in the women's changing rooms or something, you know, yeah, you want to send a women police officer in there, whatever, right? There are going to be plenty of reasons that women police officers need to exist. But as frontline officers who have kinetic contact with the public, I'm not persuaded by this. I'm just not persuaded. And I think it's mad how she got her nose broken by this guy and it's still like, well, the problem is people being sexist online. It's like, no, I'm not sure it is. I think if the police were a bit more sexist, then this wouldn't have happened. And this whole thing, you wouldn't have had your nose broken. This other woman wouldn't have been punched to the floor, and the male police officer wouldn't have been attacked in the back because the situation would have been handled. If that were 3 men rather than a man and 2 women, none of this would be happening.
Accusations have come too about so-called two-tier policing.
It's frustrating because me, myself, and anybody that I've worked with, we do not go out,
Would be very
you know,
awesome,
every day
TK.
looking to target
Would be
a
awesome.
certain group of people or anything like that. We just go out, we do our job. If you've done something wrong and you need arresting, then you need arresting, and it doesn't matter what background you're from.
Was there ever a point?
Yeah, but the thing is, you'll choose someone who didn't do something wrong to be arrested, and those people who did something wrong, you won't arrest. Like, it's not like you go out thinking, oh, we're going to go 2-tier police today. It's that you have an intrinsic bias that is engendered into you by your training, so that you don't even realize you have a bias. Like, it's just, everyone can see it. We've seen it a dozen times.
Where you thought of not going back to policing?
I think there was some frustration after it had happened, maybe a slight bit of anger. I felt like in this job you can't win. That's how it feels some days. You just can't win. Like, if, you know, like, you can never make the right decision because there's always going to be somebody to complain about something or say in hindsight you should have done this better. I think I'm different, but I think,
You know, I'm not up for this police thinking of themselves as the victims mentality either. Oh, we just can't do anything right. No, there were things you could have done, but you were too small to do them. Like, you weren't the right person to be doing that job because of genuine physical reasons. And falling back on this, oh, well, I just feel like I can't do anything right. It's like, this is the wrong attitude. Right? This is the absolute wrong attitude for the police to have. And I don't approve of it at all. At all, actually. I think this is putting other people in danger, fundamentally, is what the issue is with this. Like, if there was no particular danger and this was just, I don't know, putting out cakes at a bake sale or something, and people are like, I don't like these cakes, and other people are like, I can't do anything right. Okay, fair enough.
I don't care about the method. TK say things. As long as the result is the same and it's done in public, so it can serve for as example to the others. Because I think this is probably the most important thing. So other people will not try to be, you know, terrible shit like they were, so they don't end the same situation. That's are the most important things, you know. Be public and resolve the situation, you know. Which means like the end of their bullshit.
Enough. But this is
Permanently.
the sort of attitude that's actually going to be putting people in danger. If you're feeling very emotional about a thing and a guy whips out a knife and you're like, okay, I can't restrain him, I can't stop him, and now my feelings are the primary concern that I'm going to bring to the table here. Like, I just don't think that you're actually the public servant that you think you are.
I think in some ways, yes, it probably will always have an impact on me, that I'll always, when I go to attend an incident as a police officer, have it in the back of my mind, okay, things can escalate, things can get out of control very fast, and
Yes,
you know,
point,
you're
yeah,
never
it's about
actually
right.
safe.
But now, as a new
Then why be a police officer? If that's something you're afraid of, you know it's going to happen, then being a police officer isn't for you. Like, doing something else is for you. I mean, look at her little hands, man. She's got little soft hands with rings on. It's like, yeah, this is. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not trying to be mean. I feel bad for this woman because she's had this ideology put into her head that men and women are appropriate for every role.
No, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for her. She's a grown-ass adult woman. It's her choice. She needs to be responsible for her life choices. Fuck if she had like a priestess treatment the entire life of hers. Now she's an adult. She's responsible for her actions. She needs to read through her and consequences, you know. But of course, like society doesn't teach her, doesn't give her the punishment, the accountability of her mistakes. The government also didn't done that as well as also her family when growing her up, like from a baby up to this grow as disturbed woman that she is now. No one gave her the actual accountability for her own actions that she actually had. Even so, that doesn't exclude her accountability in any way, shape, or form. She's not a invalid person, a mentally disabled person. She's a normal, like I would say, normal in normal like health conditions, right? Human being in adulthood that needs to start learning through errors and consequences and fixing. Mean, if you're not smart enough to learn with other people's mistakes, so you commit less mistakes. You at least have to learn with your own mistakes and be a better person. And she had clearly, because she's very aged already, she clearly had plenty of time to learn all of this, plenty, and she chose not to. So it's entirely responsibility of hers. I don't have a little bit, not even a single drop of compassion of these people. I don't have.
Like, I don't really want men in nurseries, right? I don't think men should be looking after children. But then I don't really want women as frontline police officers getting their faces smashed in by criminals. I don't want that either. I realise that makes me some sort of retrograde throwback, but I just kind of feel it's wrong. I just kind of feel that there is something wrong with the world when we think each person is interchangeable and is actually not crafted by nature to do something. I mean, just look at her little hands. That just strikes me as so much wishful thinking that underpins all of this. And I just don't agree with it at all.
Mum, she has returned to the job, still with questions.
But she's a mum. She's just had a baby.
She returned to the job. Oh my God, man.
Why is she now working as a police officer? Isn't there someone in your world who wants you more than the rest of us? Like, isn't there someone more important than going and being a police officer?
Bye, Tiki.
I want to understand, I would have liked to have understood why he did what he did. And I want him to understand how him doing that impacted my life.
Do you think he gives a shit? Look at him. Look at him.
Oh my God, that's such a...
You're lucky he didn't murder you. Oh, I want empathy from him. He's not going to give you empathy. Like, no male police officer is looking at this guy and being like, well, I want him to know how it impacted my life. This is not a career for women. I'm so sorry. But this is, like, allowing her to be a police officer feels like a form of abuse, right? It feels like a form of abuse to me. Because I'm sure a male police officer's like, yeah, I had a fight with this guy. Managed to get him down, broke my nose. It was pretty rough. Had to get my nose set. But I understood why he did it, because he's a man and a criminal. And she's like, why won't he be empathetic to me? No, mad. Completely the wrong kind of person to be dealing with hostile criminals. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to be mean about it, but you're absolutely mad. I would never let my daughter do this. I'd never let my wife or daughters do it. But no, that's mental. Absolutely mental.
The thing is that you are not allowed anymore to allow what your wife and your daughter will do, Sargon. That's the point. If your wife or your doctor actually decides to do that, oh well, don't dare Don't dare like saying that that they won't, you know, because you know how. Then you see who actually is the husband of your wife, Sargon. If it's you or if it's the government, don't dare say that she will not. You know, you face a reality that you're not prepared to.
Like, where's her father?
Maybe for him to take some responsibility for what he's done.
He's fucking...
Of course, your wife probably listens to you. You probably can explain to her, like, but if she just think if she actually decided to do that, you couldn't do shit to stop. Like nothing you could do would stop her in doing so.
Do you...
It's woman empowerment.
You're never going to get contrition from this man. Never are you getting contrition from this man. He's never going to care that he hurt you, and he would do it again. You don't understand these people. You have different expectations out of these encounters than men do, for a start. But it's also a lot of other women, I imagine. Like that is mad. That is never going to happen. I mean, as Suffragette points out, it's deluded. It's absolutely deluded, and I'm not in favour of it at all. I'm not in favour of it at all. Again, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really trying to be nice, but this is just...
Hello, mac and cheese.
Someone, I feel like she's talking about something that happened at the local school where, like, one of the dads, she was lining up to get her kid, and one of the dads stepped on her toes or something and was just like, oh, move out of my way, or something like that, right? Not some bloody foreigner who just punches people out in the middle of Manchester Airport. I feel like I'm going mad. I feel like I'm being gaslit by reality. But as you can see, this has just not had no impact on the ideology for her. She believes that men and women are just interchangeable when it comes to this sort of stuff. And sometimes women are often better than men at doing it. And I'm just done with it. Just done with it.
I just want to remind you guys to, I think I said enough on this video already. Quite a big video. So, just want to remind you guys to join our Discord server. Be part of the Amazing Foxes community. You'll be aware when I do live streams such as this. You'll also be able to participate in the watch parties, the movie nights, and the game nights that we do there. You also meet a lot of like-minded people. And in case if someone is weird or something, you will receive my bear hammer. So behave well. behave. Okay. Also support Fox on Ko-Fi, Patreon, or on Kick through gifting subs or subscribing. Just avoid Wooktube at all costs because clearly it doesn't deserve any support. Always suppressing my channel and sucking way more than 50% of my revenue. So yeah, and let's go to the next one. Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, for the incredible support to my work here on YouTube, and especially my 5-Tail Fox Tier member, the Holy Ball, and to all of my 3-Tail Fox Tier members, Wallony Wolf, Fanny Sylvie, Eat Himself, Chile Not Serious, Eustace the Useful, Zealous Isaiah, Ala Rosas, Max Tenor, Nugutino, Avery, Halcyonic Eder, and TV8. Thank you very, very much. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to everyone that have been supporting me on Ko-Fi, Kick, and to all of my YouTube members. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon. Link is in the description below. And that's it for today, my dear Foxlings. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.